Okay, so I want to talk about the penny thing where it sticks to the wall. I tried this today for the first time because I was like, oh, I see a video, people doing it like, oh, look, this stuff is sticking to the wall. And what I did first, I took a penny out and I goes to the wall and I puts it on the wall and yeah, it stayed for a second. But before it just dropped. And I was like, okay. And I watched a video with people saying it's basically like the electricity in your house is doing something. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So I goes to like a switch like this and I'm like, will this have a better result than a wall what's not by electricity? So basically I just put the penny there and it does actually stick there. And yeah, obviously you just saw that it just drops. But I honestly believe, okay, let me just get that. I honestly believe it's some sort of static or something like that. What I was believing before, like all the grooves, like on the penny and stuff, like they must be sticking to the texture of the wall. That's what I believe, because if I just do it lightly like that and just let go, like it don't stick sometimes, okay? But sometimes when you put it there and you hold it there, you press in hard, it sticks there for longer, like that, right? But if you go out here to this wall, okay, this wall earlier, I didn't have to do really that much and it stayed there for a long time. And I just basically hold it there like that and it just stays there, right? And that'll probably stay there for a very long time. And I was like, okay, there's nothing on this penny, obviously, okay, but the penny sticks to the wall. And I wasn't pressing down that hard or anything like that. And, you could take the penny off the wall, it's the same penny. But what happens if I put the penny on the wall very lightly? But did you see that though? It fell, okay, but this is very lightly, not pressing down on the penny. And it doesn't work. So my theory is, when you put it on a wall like this, the paint texture, what you've painted your walls with, is, millimeters thick. And when people go like that and they press it in, I believe the edges of the penny, the ridges, are digging into the paint, and that's why it's staying there. Because look, I pressed that in quite hard and it's staying there. So that's what I believe is what's happening. Because look, if you look on the penny here, you can see the little ridge on the outer line and stuff like that. I believe when you press down on your paint, because if I do it light, see, even I hold it on there light, it stayed there for a second. That don't make no sense to me though. That's the only problem I'm thinking, because like as soon as you drop it, like it goes into your hand, gravity, right? And obviously we know if I press it in, it'll stay there for a long time. But look, I'm literally doing this light and it should just totally drop to the floor with nothing on it. See, that time it did. But there's sometimes it catches it out where you can just put it on and it stays. Like that, it stayed there for a second. That must be just the texture of the paint, I believe. But look, yeah. So look, obviously, if I do it light, it drops, okay? So when these people put their penny on the wall, they do it, and you always see them hold it there for a second, pressing in with quite a bit of force, and obviously it stays there. Because I believe the ridges are cut into pressing, indenting on the paint, and it's holding it there like that. Look, it just lost its grip. So I have seen a few videos where people do all sorts of things and that. I believe some of it is probably fake. They've probably camera tricked it. But let's try a bigger penny. This is like a 2p, it's a bigger one. If I hold that into the wall, it should do the same thing. It's got the ridges on it. It should do the same thing. Yeah, like I thought. So I honestly believe, it looks like it's staying there and it's good, but I honestly believe that it is indenting in the paintwork. Because you can see the paintwork, it's got like little textures and stuff like that, and you can see the corner of it there. I honestly believe where you're pressing that in, it's just holding it. Because if I do it lightly, and I'm not going to put no pressure on that, see, now that don't make no sense. I didn't put no pressure on that, and how's that staying there? That don't make no sense to me, because I can understand, this is my theory, the little edge, the ridge there was indenting into the paint and it was keeping it there. But if I just put it on very softly though, see, it's funny, like sometimes you put it on softly it stays and sometimes it don't. Like, I wonder if I rub it like that and get friction on it, maybe it's something to do with static. No. Yeah. I wonder if it, see, if I go like that and I press it in, and that will stay there. Now, I wonder if that's got static in it now, and that's why it's like indented into the paint but staying there. But now, if I take it off and I put it on very smoothly, so it don't stay. Interesting. But I wonder if, because a lot of people had theories, like if you put it near electrical stuff, it does it more. So if I put it slowly here, yeah, nothing. But I honestly believe my theory's right, where people indent it into the wall like that, and you hold it in and you press against the wall quite with some strength, it just stays there. That's what I believe what's happening. I believe it's just basically getting a grip with the paintwork. Yeah, because I wonder what else I can try. It would be impressive if something like that stayed, because there's no edges on this, right? Okay, see now the friction just dropped the penny down there from the wall. So I honestly believe it's digging into the paint. If I hold this here, this ain't got no ridges, and I do exactly the same thing, I wonder what would happen. Let's take my finger off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's how hard I was pushing it because it stuck to my finger. Yeah, nothing happens, see? Because this hasn't got the indents on it like the coin has. Right. Well, okay, so how do I explain that one then? Well, I still believe it's obviously this paint. I reckon it depends what paint you've got. If you go for a cheap paint, it probably wouldn't do it. But if you go for a dearer paint, it's quite thick. And I believe like the layer is quite, like I can put my nail mark into it. Like it's quite soft. So I believe what I'm doing is when I'm pushing something onto that, it's gripping. That's what I believe. Now that's what I believe. When you press it into the paint, it makes the indent a little bit and it just holds it. But if you try something like this, what has load of ridges, what you could basically push in like the coin, this probably won't stay there because it's quite heavy. And the gravity will pull it down, because even if you put an indent in there into the thin layer of paint, it's probably not going to do it because it's heavier. But if this stays here, when I hold this on here, alright, then I don't know what to believe. Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. I need a wall where it's not got this paint. Let's try a different texture wall. The thing is, every wall is the same colour. That's the problem. Okay, so see if this theory actually works. Okay. Let's go into here. This has no paint on the walls at all. I've not painted this yet. And it's a solid wall. It's got plaster paint on it, so there's no chance to indent the paint. So let's first try with a penny to see if this works now on this wall. Yeah, and then I will believe something weird's going on, because my theory is the paint, what you use, is indenting into it enough to hold the object. But this ain't got no texture. This is like plasterboard paint. Let's have a look. 3, 2, 1. See how hard I was holding that, because it took it off my finger like that. That's how hard I was pushing it. But let's let go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, nothing. We'll give it another go. This time I'll push it down. I'll push it down this time. Give it the same chance. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, nothing. And if I do it with the cup as well, because this ain't got nothing to indent with it. Yeah, nothing. So I honestly believe my theory is right, and people are freaking out over nothing because it's the paint they use on their walls. It's a thicker paint. I bet you it didn't work on that wall with no paint texture. I bet you this will work. Yeah, and even the cup works on this as well. Okay. Okay, let me give it a minute. Right. Yeah, even the egg cup worked. So what's happened is, it's my theories, right? It's the paint that you're using, and where you're pressing against the paint, it has a soft layer on top of the paint. Because where you give it a few coats, 2 to 3 coats, and the first couple of layers is it's dried, but it's still soft. So when you press it in and indent it, it's obviously, because whatever's got ridges and sides on it, whatever, it grips it. Because when we tried on the wall, what has no texture paint on it, it does not work. Now, if I take this coin and I give it a fair chance and do it on this side, next to electric stuff, if this works here now and it stays there, it's no texture paint, there's no paint to dig into, it's literally plasterboard paint on it, and it's like dry as hell. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, see, like, it just come away from my finger. I'm trying to give it the best chance. I'm pushing hard as I can. Yeah, nothing happens. So I can honestly say, yeah, that putting stuff on the walls and it stays there, it looks impressive, but literally it's the paint, because I can do that and it's soft. It's literally soft. Okay, like, look, you can see the indents I'm making. Okay, the indents, and that's what's doing it. You're pressing it into that and it's keeping it there and it's holding it there. Yeah.